What's up, guys? Brett and Steven with the BS Show here. October 18th, we got the rematch of the big poke in the eye fight, Yair Rodriguez against Jeremy Stephens. So, what was it? A couple weeks ago, this was a huge hype fight in Mexico. Everybody and their mom was watching, and in the first 10 seconds, an eye poke from Yair Rodriguez to Jeremy Stephens ended the fight. He couldn't open it. I totally agree that Stephens wasn't faking. You know, Stephens is a journeyman in the sport. He wouldn't fake that.
I would understand if Yair was getting the better of him,
right,
and it was to the point where he needed a break or something. I would see people being mad then, but it was literally, no one was gassed. There was only like 3 strikes thrown.
Right.
And he never said, I can't see, I can't continue. He just couldn't open his eye. So the doctor stopped it. You know what I mean? He didn't quit that fight.
Right.
And then the whole hostility after and everything, and them fighting in the hotel room, and Yair going up and still talking smack. All of that is unnecessary. And I feel like Yair absolutely handled it like a child. I mean, carry yourself like a champion. And Yair did not do that. He carried himself like a little kid. I mean, it's honestly, I was embarrassed for the way he was acting. You know what I mean? In that whole crowd in Mexico, it was very disappointing to me. And now I kind of want to see Yair get knocked out by Stephens. That's just how I feel.
And don't get me wrong, I understand the frustration, but these are things that whenever you buy tickets to go see a fight, you have to understand this kind of thing can happen. You know, yeah, it sucks. You spend all this money on a ticket. You know, it is what it is, but...
Well, it wasn't even that. They were pouring beer on Carla Esparza. You know what I mean? Like, just because she won, beat the hometown girl, no.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. But if anything, Yair and Jeremy Stephens can probably be thankful, because now their bank account's probably going to get a little bit bigger. And now this is going to be a more watched fight. There's a little animosity. UFC fans like animosity. But I don't really...
There's more of a background story now, you know what I mean? It hypes it up a lot.
The thing that I don't think Yair Rodriguez understands is he's fighting an absolute killer in Jeremy Stephens. A guy that you can trash talk and try to bully and call him all these weird names. Jeremy Stephens doesn't care. And if there's any guy, not any, but one of the guys you don't want to give any more ammo, it's Jeremy Stephens.
Yeah, you don't want to feel his fire anymore, you know what I mean?
No. And
he already throws like fury behind every punch.
And he seems like he hates the world. Like he just wants to get in there and...
Everything he throws has so much hate and aggression behind it. You know what I mean? This is going to be the technical striker versus the brawler. The guy who just wants to make it nasty and get in there and make it gritty.
Right. And I don't know... I don't think Yair Rodriguez has the grit that Stephens has. I don't think Rodriguez has the heart that Stephens has. But if I were to say, hey, who's probably more technical, I would pick Yair.
Completely agree.
But Jeremy Stephens has got right hand. Yair doesn't have the right hand.
And leg kicks.
Right.
He has leg kicks from hell.
Right. So this is going to be an awesome fight, because you're really kind of looking at a brawler versus a point fighter. I mean, in a weird kind of way. Yair's flashy and throws this crazy stuff. And he was losing, I'm speaking about Yair, against Korean Zombie. The Korean Zombie would have won that fight, and he was making it gritty, dirty, and Yair landed that spinning back elbow thing, which wouldn't land probably 99% of the time.
No, yeah. I mean, Zombie didn't even have to keep fighting. He had that fight won, but I mean, the Heart and Warrior and Zombie, he kept coming forward and he ran into that weird elbow. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I want to go back to Yair being mad at Jeremy Stephens for not being able to continue in that fight, but Jeremy Stephens fought Zabit, who Yair almost left the UFC because he didn't want to fight. So I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it.
Didn't the UFC like cut him?
Yeah,
wasn't he actually cut for a while because of that? I remember that, you know, and Stephens lost to a decision to Zabit, or did he get stopped?
No, it was a decision.
He lost. So Zabit's supposed to be one of the next up and comers, and the last 2 losses that Stephens have, I think, is Aldo and Zabit.
Yep, Aldo stopped him with a body shot, which Aldo's still like at the pinnacle of that division. You know?
Sure. And Zabit, a dude that's pretty fresh in the UFC.
Up and comer. I expect to see him having a title shot somewhere in the future.
Right. So Stephens is not over the hill. He is old for MMA standards. He's been fighting for a long time, but he trains at Alliance with Dominic Cruz down in San Diego. He's in a great camp, and he's got the heart of a champion. So this is going to be a good fight, and honestly, I never had anything against Yair Rodriguez until the Zabit thing. That kind of made me feel like, and then this whole Mexico thing. And that's why I talked trash to him on Instagram, even though I know he probably doesn't see it, but I do. Every time
I did too.
Every time he puts a picture, I just put eye poke. That's all I put.
Just know, if you're judging us right now because we're like talking about fights and we have like a little bit of bias and a little bit of attitude to what we say, it's because we're fans of the sports and these videos are purely our opinion and it's our fan perspective.
Right.
Obviously we understand MMA, we've both trained, we have like knowledge for the game, but we are biased in some fights, so we just speak our opinion. So take everything we say with a grain of salt. This is just our opinion.
Right.
So I just wanted to clarify that.
So going off opinion then, who you got, man? The rematch, Yair Rodriguez against Jeremy Stephens. Next weekend, who you got?
This one's hard for me because my heart and everything wants Jeremy Stephens to win, but I just feel like if Yair plays his game and picks his shots, he's going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going 50-50. Is that allowed?
No, you have to pick one.
You pick first.
Okay. I think Jeremy's going to make it a dirty, gritty fight. I think Jeremy's going to put the pressure on him, and I think he's going to break him. I honestly do. I think as long as Yair doesn't land some crazy spinning heel kick, spinning elbow, jump off the top turnbuckle in the cage match bullshit, I think Jeremy Stephens is going to get it done. I think his heart, he's got too much heart. I think he's got a bomb in his right hand. And I think he has that no-quit attitude that eventually is going to compound against Yair. And then Yair's just going to mentally break and possibly physically break if he can get his hands on him. So I'm going Jeremy Stephens.
There we go. So since I truly feel 50-50 on this fight, and Brett made it spicy last week with one of his picks, I'm making it spicy this week just to have a little differentialness in this. Is that a word?
Sure.
A little bit of difference in this, you know. I'm going to go with Yair in this one. I could see him picking his shots, staying back, being quirky just like Zabit did, hitting him at angles that Stephens can't block because it's coming from all over. I could see that very much happening. So on this one, I'm going to go Yair, but I truly do feel like this one could go either way. And I like the animosity now. I was excited for this fight before. It was my girlfriend's birthday, and we rented a room in Lower Sacramento, Old Sac. And I forced her to stay inside the hotel just to watch the fight.
And then that happens.
Before we went out, yeah, and then that happened. So I'm even more excited for it now. And yeah.
All right, so I got Stephens. He's got
Yair.
So let us know what you think in the comments below. Who do you got? Do you like the animosity? And I'm curious to know from the fans, do you see Yair Rodriguez a little differently now after his behavior?
I do. I wouldn't care if he got knocked out. I'll take a nail.
I do.
I'll take a nail on this one.
I feel that way.
I hope I take a nail on this one.
And I kind of feel like Yair, not to just pile the shit on Yair. I feel like he feels
let's bash Yair.
Don't you kind of feel like he thinks he deserves all this stuff?
Dude.
Like, I deserve a title shot. It's like you don't deserve anything, buddy. Like, you got to run up through the ranks just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was looking for, a title. So anyways, let us know if you think Yair Rodriguez is an entitled little, you know what, in the comments below. Thank you for watching the BS show, and we'll see you later.
Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we're trying to hit 1,000 subs because we found out we can't live stream until we hit 1,000 subs. So please, we want to do our first live stream. So help us get to that goal of 1,000 subs. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.